Hey everyone, welcome back to Rocky Watches Movies. Today we're stepping into the intense world of crime and justice with the TV series Law and Order Special Victims Unit. Known for its gripping stories, unforgettable characters and tackling tough real-world issues, SVU has become a cornerstone of television drama. But how much do you really know about what goes on behind the scenes and the surprising facts that shape this long-running series? So grab your gun and shield as we uncover 20 things you never knew about Law and Order SVU. The show was inspired by the so-called Preppy Killer case. In 1986, 19-year-old Robert Chambers strangled 18-year-old Jennifer Levin in New York City's Central Park. Dick Wolf had written a Law and Order episode that ripped from that headline. And since then, he had wanted to explore the psychology behind such crimes and the role of human sexuality more deeply. This desire led him to create SVU, a spin-off of his successful original series. Originally, the show was going to be called Law and Order Sex Crimes, but NBC thought that was a bit too raw for a title. So the title was changed. Wolf said in 1999, "We're going to be covering a wide range of crimes and Special Victims Unit just seems more inclusive." For its first 12 seasons, SVU episodes were often titled with a single word. However, when showrunner Warren Leet took the helm from season 13 to 17, the episode titles began to lengthen. Upon his return in season 21, he continued this trend for longer titles. The reason behind this is that, for every season he has overseen, the number of letters in each episode title corresponds exactly to the season number. For instance, every episode in season 15 features titles with 15 characters, such as American Tragedy, which was episode 3, and Wonderland Story, episode 5. Richard Belzer's character, detective-turned-sergeant John Munch, is widely regarded as the king of crossovers. He originally appeared as a character on Homicide: Life on the Streets. He went on to become one of television's most iconic crossover figures, with Belzer guest starring as Munch in numerous other shows, including The X-Files, Arrested Development, The Wire, 30 Rock, and Unbreakable Kimmy Schmidt. In 2006, a Muppet version of Munch, performed by David Rudman rather than Belzer, featured in Sesame Street's Law and Order Special Letters Unit. Munch also appeared in the comic book Spider-Man Deadpool #6. Stephen Zurn-Kilton has delivered the opening narration for every Law and Order series since the franchise began. Initially, he was hired as a minor actor in the pilot episode of the original Law and Order. The show's creator, Dick Wolf, was so impressed by his voice that he made him a permanent fixture of the franchise. Beyond narrating various shows and guest appearances on Family Guy and the Rugrats movie, Zurn-Kilton also had an intriguing career in politics. A Republican, he served 4 terms, 8 years in total, in Maine's House of Representatives. During her audition for SVU, Mariska Hargitay was informed that John Slattery, who would later gain fame on Mad Men, was also auditioning for the part of Elliot Stabler, a part that eventually went to Christopher Maloney. Although Hargitay's agent represented both actors, they had never met before. When she saw Maloney, she called out, "Slattery!" to which he immediately replied, "Maloney!" and the two quickly formed a connection. Upon noticing Maloney's large religious tattoo, Hargitay asked if he was a believer in Jesus, to which he responded that he was not, but admired Jesus' commitment. Olivia Benson and Elliot Stabler were named after 2 of show creator Dick Wolf's children, which some fans believe accounts for why their relationship has never developed beyond friendship. Canon in the SVU universe can be somewhat fluid. Although the squad room has consistently been located in the 16th precinct, Benson's badge number has changed over time, and in the first season, Benson was clearly portrayed as new to the unit. But by the 3rd season, writer Judith McCreary decided that Benson had already been a sex crimes detective for 7 years. McCreary explained that while some viewers may scrutinize such details meticulously, The show is more focused on the underlying tensions and clashing personalities within the workplace. While filming a scene in late 2008, Hargitay, who performed most of her own stunts since starting on SVU, suffered an accidental fall that resulted in a partially collapsed lung. In January 2009, she underwent surgery to repair the injury and returned to work soon after, missing only one episode. However, on the 3rd of March 2009, she was readmitted to hospital with discomfort in her lung. Following some routine tests, she was able to resume work less than 3 weeks later. Ice-T was originally intended to appear in only a handful of episodes. He has said that he was not initially aiming to join the show, as he was busy running a record label at the time. He was told it would be just 4 episodes, which he found acceptable. However, at the end of those episodes, the producers expressed their desire to keep him on the series. Over the years, SVU has welcomed many relatives of its stars, including Mariska Hargitay's father, Mickey Hargitay, and Ice-T's wife, Coco Austin. In 2002, after 3 seasons on the show, Mariska met actor Peter Hermann, who was guest starring as defense attorney Trevor Langan. This encounter marked the beginning of their relationship. The couple married in 2004 and have since expanded their family with 3 children. Peter Scanavino is well known for his role as ADA Dominic Sonny Carisi, but he first appeared in a season 14 episode as a janitor named Johnny Dubček, before returning 2 seasons later in a full-time role as a completely different character. Similarly, Kelly Giddish guest starred in the 2007 episode Outsider as Cara Borson, a rape victim. This was prior to making her debut as Detective Amanda Rollins in the 13th season premiere Scorched Earth. Diane Neal, who later played Assistant District Attorney Casey Novak, first appeared on the series portraying an accused murderer. Although Hargitay had several acting roles prior to joining SVU, she discovered her true calling through the series, not only in the fictional stories, but also in the real-life horrors that inspired them. In 2004, she founded the Joyful Heart Foundation, which supports survivors of sexual assault, domestic violence, and child abuse. In 2010, Hargitay testified before a House Judiciary Committee to address the backlog of rape kits, a subject also explored on the show. Additionally, she has received training as a rape crisis counsellor. After the 12th season, Maloney's contract expired and he entered negotiations for renewal. He was offered an $8 million salary, which represented a pay cut for him. As the parties were unable to reach an agreement, Maloney left the series. He later returned in 2021 during a crossover episode with Law & Order Organised Crime, the show in which he now stars. SVU has confronted some significant issues and challenged powerful organisations, with producers revealing that 2 in particular pushed back. During Warren Leit's time as showrunner from season 13 through 17, the show tackled 2 storylines involving NFL players. Leit said that, despite the NFL publicly expressing a commitment to supporting victims of domestic violence, there was pressure applied to discourage the show from airing an episode on the subject. The second organisation was the Catholic Church, which has faced widespread criticism for covering up systemic child abuse. SVU produced several episodes addressing this topic. Leit remarked that, although the church claimed to be tackling predators, it made its stance clear when it came to the show's portrayal of these issues. He expressed a wish that both organisations were as quick to address domestic violence and predators within their ranks as they were in managing bad publicity. According to him, they were exceptionally adept at controlling anything that might damage their reputations. In 2016, SVU filmed an episode centered on a man running for president, despite being accused of rape by a woman. The storyline was inspired by events that occurred during Donald Trump's presidential campaign, though Trump has repeatedly denied the allegations made against him by multiple women. As Election Day approached, NBC postponed the episode's air date several times. After Trump defeated Hillary Clinton in the general election, the network decided the episode was no longer relevant. NBC chairman Robert Greenblatt said that airing an episode about an election year after the event seemed kind of pointless. The show has become a magnet for both established stars and up-and-coming actors, all eager to have their moment in the SVU spotlight. This video would be about an hour long if I mentioned all of them, but some notable celebrities who have faced off against the detectives and lawyers include Bradley Cooper in Night, Carol Burnett in Ballerina, Patricia Arquette in Dreams Deferred, Jerry Lewis in Uncle, Serena Williams in Brotherhood, Snoop Dogg in Dis, Robin Williams in Authority, Adam Driver in Theatre Tricks, and Elle Fanning in Cage. SVU has received many Emmy nominations and secured 6 wins, though only one was awarded to a regular cast member. Hargitay won the Emmy for Outstanding Lead Actress in 2006. The remaining awards were given to guest actors Amanda Plummer, Leslie Caron, Cynthia Nixon, Ellen Burstyn, and Anne Margaret. On the 26th of September 2019, SVU made history as the longest-running primetime TV drama, with the premiere of its 21st season. Meanwhile, Hargitay's portrayal of Benson holds the record as the longest-running primetime drama character on US television, while Ice-T's Odafin Tutuola is the longest-serving black character on primetime TV. Whenever Olivia Benson speaks to a victim or suspect in Spanish, she is not merely reciting a few memorized lines. She is genuinely fluent in the language. Hargitay's mother, Jane Mansfield, was renowned as a blonde bombshell, but she was much more than that. Reportedly, she had an IQ of 149 and spoke 5 languages. Hargitay follows in her footsteps, being fluent not only in English and Spanish, but also in Hungarian, French and Italian. She even once gave a tour of the SVU set to a Hungarian reporter, speaking to him in his native tongue. Her husband, actor Peter Hermann, spent most of his childhood in Germany and did not learn English until he was 10. So the Hargitay-Hermann household is a smorgasbord of languages. Mariska Hargitay maintains a heartfelt connection to her Hollywood heritage by keeping a photo of her mother, the iconic screen legend Jane Mansfield, prominently displayed on her desk while filming. In 2014, Taylor Swift revealed she was a fan of SVU, announcing that she had named her new Scottish Fold cat Olivia Benson. Hargitay and Swift eventually became friends after meeting at the Met Gala, and Hargitay later appeared in Swift's music video for Bad Blood. And there you have it, folks. You now know a little bit more about Law & Order SVU. If you enjoyed the video, which I presume you did as you got this far, hit that like button and subscribe so you don't miss any future videos coming to Rocky Watches Movies. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Bye for now.